Hello everyone, welcome to the 300,000 subscribers milestone celebration. I put up a poll some time ago on my community page asking you guys how you would want us to celebrate this milestone, and YouTube journey Q&A was the most popular choice. Even before I put up that poll, I already knew that this video was coming. 2019 was the year that most people started YouTube channels. But how wrong was I? This lockdown has got a lot of people thinking seriously about another source of income. Yes, if you've been on the fence about starting a YouTube channel, this lockdown really did it for you. So I'll start by answering the questions whose answers are already in the public domain. You don't need to ask a channel owner these questions because they're out there. YouTube puts it out there for you. It's not hidden. Questions like, when did you create your channel? If you want to know when any channel on this YouTube was created, just click on the person's name anywhere on YouTube. For instance, if you scroll down this video and click on my name, you'll see my channel name, Flo Chinyere. That's the name of my channel. You'll be taken to the front of my channel, my little corner on YouTube. And then you see the menu at the top where you have home, videos, community, blah, blah, blah. Scroll through that till you get to the last tab, which is about. In the about is where you find some information about the person. When you scroll down to the end of that page, you see the date that the channel was created. For mine, it's 2nd February 2011. Down there as well, you'll see the total number of views that the channel has gotten on all the videos on the channel. When did you upload your first video? Again, back on the menu, you click on the videos tab and sort by. Select oldest, and YouTube will sort all the videos on the person's channel according to the oldest to the newest. So these videos you're seeing here now are my very first videos. The first one was Nigerian fried rice, followed by Nigerian meat pie, the almighty Nigerian meat pie that broke the internet, the first of its kind. If you want to know the exact date the video was uploaded, just click on the video to go to the video page and click on the title of the video or that small arrow on the right under the video, and it will open up and you will see the date the video was uploaded. Then another question, what type of videos did you upload when you started? Did you start with recipe videos? Did you know what you're going to upload? I knew what I was going to upload even before I came on YouTube. The same way, when you sort the videos on the channel by oldest, you will see the type of videos the person was uploading. So I came on here, I was uploading recipe videos after recipe videos. In fact, if you continue to go down, you see that it's recipes for years. It's only recently, I think it was in 2017, that I started introducing other content that deviates so much from cooking. So I've always known, even before I came on YouTube, I've always known what I wanted to upload because I already had a website where I was getting a lot of questions. So I started looking for a place where I can host my videos for free. That's how I came to YouTube. I knew about Vimeo, which was the more popular website, but during my research, while I was looking for a website to use to host my videos for free, I stumbled on YouTube. And I went with YouTube because I saw that it was owned by Google. And already Google was like the search engine master. It had overtaken Yahoo and Bing at that time. So I said, if Google can invest this amount of money on this website is here to stay. I wanted a website that will last forever. So that's how I chose YouTube, to host my videos. How many views do you get in a month? Like right now. If you want to know how many views a channel gets per month, go to socialblade.com. Socialblade gets its API data. API is all the data that comes from, like all the data from YouTube Analytics. YouTube gave Socialblade the rights to those data, like release the data to Socialblade. So Socialblade is pretty accurate. In the search bar, you can put the name of any channel, click on the name of the channel in the list that comes up, and then at the top you'll see the number of videos the person has uploaded. For instance, on my channel, you will see that I have 489 videos total, and I have 305,000 subscribers as of today, and I have a total of 41 million plus views. And then when you scroll down, you'll see the number of subscribers the channel got in the last 30 days, and then the total number of views they got for the month, and the amount of money they make per month. This one is the one that you can see that the range is so wide. So this one is the one that they are not really sure of. Do you make money on YouTube? Yes, it's now public information. Since 2013, everybody knew that you can make money on YouTube. How much do you make per video? On YouTube, that's not how it works. You're not paid per video, because all your videos cannot get the same number of views. Even when two videos have exactly the same number of views or similar number of views, you may make $100 from a video that has 10,000 views and make $1,000 from another video that has 10,000 views. It all depends on the subject of the video, what you talked about in the video, the country where the viewers of that video are watching from, because it's not the same amount of money you're paid when somebody views an ad on your video. When that person is in US, it's not the same amount of money you'll be paid if that person views an ad on your video when that person is in India. If your target audience is in India, you may be having millions of views, but you'll be making less money than someone whose target audience is in the US. The person may have only a few thousands of video views, but the person will be making much more money than you that has millions of views, just because of where your target audience, the people that are watching your art are. So you can even start a YouTube channel and say, okay, I'm going to target people in the US so I can make more money. So even with few views, you'll be making a lot of money, much more than someone with millions of views. Next, a good number of people wanted to know. They wanted to know what the numbers were like when I started. How many views were you getting at the beginning? How long did it take you to get 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 hours watch time? Well, how many views were you getting in a month? So many questions like that. So this was what my channel looked like back in the day. This is what YouTube used to look like. In those days, you can customize your channel so much that each channel looked different from another channel. You can change the background. So I changed the background. You can see that my logo, I made my logo, my background, that color on my logo is the official color of my website, and I use that to color my channel as well. So you can customize your channel so much. We had the freedom to do that, and if you know a little bit of coding, you can do more actually. You can change these colors, like all these colors of the links, everything, you can change them to your liking, I'm telling you. And you can see the number of views I was getting. Okay, on this 2-month-old videos, I had 5,000 views, almost 7,000 views. And the shocking thing, look down there, you see the number of subscribers I had, 149 subscribers. So my videos were getting super viral. Yeah, you can see I was getting so many views on my website. Yeah, because my website was so popular. When anything you typed on Google, my website will be number one. My website has been the top ranking website for Nigerian recipes for years. This was around October. I've been uploading on my channel for July, August, September, October. 3 months. Yeah, 3 months or so. So I had 21,000 views, and I'm telling you, it's 21,000 views because in those days, YouTube didn't have a lot of people on YouTube watching, because that's why I keep saying today, more and more people know about YouTube. Then remember, everybody watching YouTube videos must be watching it on a laptop or desktop, because in those days there was nothing like smartphones. I don't know, was BlackBerry here in 2011? Most people that watch me then were from outside Nigeria. Even outside Nigeria, it's not everybody that had broadband internet. Yeah, because for you to be able to watch YouTube, you have to. A lot of people watch me in their offices. Some people had dial-up at home, so they couldn't even watch YouTube videos from home. So, and then see the people commenting on my channel. See Pick Meal, you see Pick Meal there? I tell you, Pick Meal started the same year that I started. See my subscribers. Do you see your name? Do you see your name here? So yeah, this is the kind of numbers I was getting in those days. It was a lot because I already had a popular platform. Then another question, how many views did you have when you were monetized? How many subscribers did you have? How long did it take you to get 4,000 hours? How long did it take you to get 1,000 subscribers? Okay, back in the day, you could not make money from YouTube. Simple and short. When I joined, You could not make money from YouTube. From to the best of my knowledge, I've told you why I came to YouTube. I didn't come to YouTube because I knew that you were going to make money on YouTube. I didn't come to YouTube to start YouTube as a career. I came to YouTube to dump my videos for my website, because if I were to put the videos on my website, I would have been paying my web host something like $300 per month at that time. This is the money I didn't have to spend on a website that I wasn't making money from, because I wasn't making money from that website at that time. So I was looking for a free place to do that. That's how I came to YouTube. With this information in mind, you know that I wasn't on YouTube to scout for subscribers. Yeah. I didn't care whether I was getting subscribers or not. I didn't care whether I was getting views or not. All I was doing was I'll come make a video, manage to edit it, because oh my god, editing was manage to edit it, and then I'll come here, upload the video. If you look at my earlier videos, you see that I just made the video, put music on top. The reason I put music was that I didn't want to leave the original sound of the video, because you hear my kids crying and shouting in the background. It was so noisy. I just removed the sound completely, and then instead of someone, just because I wasn't talking in the video, instead of someone just watching a silent video, I put music so that something will be playing in the background as they're watching the video. I didn't see it necessary to talk in the video, because remember, I already had a well-written recipe on my website, which I have updated and updated from the questions people were asking me. So all I needed was to dump the video there. Anybody that was watching my video is already on my website, because I didn't even know that people watch videos on YouTube. Like, honestly, I don't know. I didn't know how YouTube worked. I guess you can say that ignorance is bliss. In my ignorance, I didn't know all these things. I didn't know that. I wasn't coming here to socialize and watching other channels like people do today. No, I wasn't doing that. I'll upload the video, take the embed code, put on my website. If you look at my Nigerian meat pie video, you can see how detailed the recipe is, the written recipe is. So after that person has read the written recipe and they still want a visual something to look at, they can watch the video. So they don't need me to speak. That's how I saw it then. The people watching my videos are already on my website, so they don't need me to say anything. I was on my own, jejely, and YouTube invited me to come and monetize my videos. Let me show you the email I received from YouTube on that day. I even thought it was scam. Trust me now, I say Nigerian. So I was on my own, received this email. Look at the title: Invitation to earn revenue from your YouTube videos. Dear Nigerian food recipes. Yes, that's the very first name I gave my channel. Before I renamed it to All Nigerian Recipes to match my website, allnigerianrecipes.com, and then last year I renamed it to my name. Complete debranding. Yeah. Your YouTube account, Nigerian Food Recipes, might be eligible to earn revenue from the playbacks of your videos. Making money from your video is easy. Here's how it works. First, sign into your YouTube account, then review and complete the steps outlined. If your account is enabled, we may place ads next to the videos that you submit for monetization. You will earn a share of the revenue from the ads as long as you meet the program requirements. Thanks and good luck, the YouTube team. As you can see, they're not making any promises, because this email is filled with lots of mights, ifs, and maybes. But hold it there. I did not click this link straight away because I thought it was a scam. First of all, I laughed out loud and wondered why this scammer, after seeing that Nigerian in Nigerian food recipes, still feels he's smart enough to scam a Nigerian. This is one of the ways hackers get hold of your channel. You need to make sure that an email is coming from who they say it is coming from. An email may come to you, this is YouTube, this and that, click here, and you click and they take over your channel. Don't do that. When you see such things, make sure you check out the headers of that email. As you can see here, the headers check out. Everything shows that this is from YouTube and from Google. Yeah, I did what they wanted me to do and I became monetized. Okay, let's see how many views I had at the time they sent this email. I plotted the date from when I created my channel to 20th August 2011, which is the date I received that email. So at the time I was invited for monetization, you can see I had 3,500 views and 35 subscribers. And I had only 3 videos. So till this day, I don't know what criteria they were using at that time. Maybe uploading 3 videos in 1 month, because I started around end of July or so. And in 1 month, by 20th of August, which is about 1 month later, I've already uploaded 3 videos. Maybe at that time, 3 videos, they saw 3 videos as consistency. I don't know till today. Your sister does not know. So, but they invited me, you saw the email, and I became monetized. Yeah. You can see up here that I made 0. I wasn't making any money. Or maybe because they saw that my graph is going up, because you can see that each time I upload a new video, my views will go up like spike. Because yeah, once I put the video on my website, there are people there waiting to watch it. People that are visiting my website every day waiting to watch it. Most of my views were coming from my website at that time, because I tell you, there were very few people on YouTube. There were very few people with access to YouTube. YouTube boom came around in 2015. I think smartphones started little by little in 2013, but by 2015, almost everybody that could afford it, a lot of people outside Nigeria had smartphones in their hands. Yeah, even though mobile internet was still expensive at that time, but a lot of people had smartphones in their palms. Yeah, so they could watch YouTube. That was 2015 was the boom, like boom of YouTube, like boy, everybody started hearing about YouTube. Okay, let me plot this thing till the end of the year. So from July till December, it's about 5 months. July, August, September, October, November, December, 5 months. And I had 990 subscribers. Remember, I was never scouting for subscribers. Even till now, I hardly say subscribe to my channel on YouTube, because I know that once you make the content that people want, they will subscribe on their own. I don't know if it comes with the age of the people watching me. Mature adults have always watched me, so they don't need to be told what to do. They know I need to subscribe to this channel if I am going to be seeing their uploads. I like what they upload and I need to subscribe to it, so they don't need to be taught to subscribe to a channel to get videos. So that's why I never felt that it's how much you say to subscribe that people will subscribe. As long as they come on YouTube and search for your name and come on your channel to see if you uploaded anything, I believe that's fine. And then some people want to receive notifications, that's fine too. I like that one, if YouTube will send it. After 5 months, I had 118,000 views, and then I've made $535. Yeah, you can see that the trend, you see the graph of my views going up consistently every time I upload a video. That's what you should look out for in channel growth. Stop looking at individual views of your videos. You should be looking at the overall growth of your channel. So long as the graph is in the upward direction, you're on the right track. Look at how many views I was getting per day. It kept going up. Look at how many subscribers I was getting per day. Look at how much I was making per day. I was monetized 2 cents, 36 cents, 0.05 cents. Is that possible? $1.90, and it kept going up. I don't understand that gap there, but after that gap, boom, went up to $4 per day and kept climbing. Yeah. Now to the big question. Flo, what is now the recipe for starting a successful YouTube channel today? If you were to start a YouTube channel today, what would you do? What advice would you give to new YouTubers? If I were to start a YouTube channel today, I would do it exactly the same way I did it back in 2011. Number 1, I will make sure that I'm creating content somewhere else. You see, I see video content creation as the mama of content creation. Yeah, I've created all types of content. I've done written content, I've done image content, and I've done video content. These are the 3 types of digital content. I've done audio content as well. And making a video, editing it and uploading it on YouTube is the mama of content creation. So you have to start creating content somewhere else. If YouTube is your favorite place, you can create a channel or account and start commenting. When you watch your favorite YouTubers, you comment. Take the time to write a valuable comment. Is a kind of content creation. Yeah, not all these comments are nice one, thanks for sharing. No, watch the video, add to the conversation if it's a conversation. If it's a recipe, you must have your own experience or what happened, like something that happened when you prepared that meal before. You can ask a question. You guys know a lot of people that comment on my channel. They don't even upload videos, but they are more popular than some people that upload videos just because of the valuable comments they leave on my channel and other channels in the community. Yeah, you can start doing that. It's a kind of content creation. YouTube does not allow you to post anything that is not a video, at least when you start. It's when you get to 1,000 subscribers that you're even allowed to have a community page where you can post other things that are not videos. Yeah. Here, some people will tell you that watching you for years, yet they've never commented for once, and then they start a YouTube channel. They want you to come and promote them. Why? You need to promote yourself. If you did not promote yourself, why should I be the one promoting you? No. If you're not proud to promote yourself, I shouldn't come and carry that shame. Since you're ashamed to promote yourself. Even before you start uploading, create content in the name of comments. It's a content creation. You get used to it that way. But if you watch video after video after video, you never have a contribution, you never have an opinion, you never have something to say, my friend, you are not a content creator. If you prefer Facebook, go to your Facebook profile, be active there. Right, there are so many things. As a Nigerian, for instance, there are so many things happening in Nigeria that will give you content to write about every day. Write your opinion on what is happening. Anything. If you wake up every day, go and look at Nigerian news. There's always something happening. Is it politics that you like talking about? Oh, those politicians are always giving us comedic material. So there's always something to talk about. As an aspiring content creator, YouTube content creator, you can even make your posts public so that more people can see it. And let your friends interact. With time, you get more friends, you get followers, and you become a Facebook celebrity, as we call them. Yeah, and I follow a lot of them on Facebook. Then you interact with other Facebook celebrities as well, and you grow from there. From there, you grow an audience. You become used to writing content. You become dedicated to it. Some people may call you that opinionated one, but you know where you're going. If you're not opinionated, you cannot be a content creator, let me tell you. Even if you're in the cooking niche, you have an opinion. That's why you feel like you have something to share that is different from what others like. You prepare your recipes in a different way, or you have more information to share that others are not sharing. That's a kind of being opinionated. If you do vlogs or talk about issues, topical issues, you're opinionated. Yeah. What's wrong with that? Some people will be opinionated, some other people will not be. But if you want to be a content creator, you have to learn how to be opinionated. So find a topic that interests you and talk about it on your wall, on your timeline, on your personal profile on Facebook. Every single day there's something to say, and then interact with other people. Even if you don't want to be talking on your wall, or you feel that your friends will not be interested in what you're talking on your wall, you can join Facebook groups. There are thousands of Facebook groups. Be active there. For instance, in the cooking niche, there are lots of cooking groups, recipes groups on Facebook. You can join that and interact. When people ask questions, if you know the answer, you respond to them. You become active there. I know a lot of people that were so active in groups, they became popular that when they opened maybe a blog or a website or a YouTube channel or an Instagram page, you know, when Instagram came, I think it was in 2015, a lot of people followed them and they got massive following as soon as they announced that they are going to Instagram. If Instagram is your favorite place, on your page on Instagram, discuss topical issues. If Twitter is your zone, you go there and be active. Just be active. Don't be a sit-down dey look. A sit-down dey look, a silent observer, can never be a content creator. You know, all these people that come to Facebook once a year to announce their birthday and then they disappear again till next year. You cannot be a content creator. You're too lazy to be a content creator. In my own case, I already had a website where I had detailed written recipes. I already had a audience waiting to watch the videos. They were not requesting for videos, but from the questions they were asking me, I already knew that the next step forward was making a video. And when I uploaded my first video, they were like, what? What? So you can make a video? Oh, can you make a video of this guy? The requests doubled. Some people on Facebook, they have 5,000 friends and they have 50,000 followers. When such a person starts a YouTube channel, what do you think will happen? She will just announce it on the page, and all those people, or not all of them, because a lot of people on Facebook, they don't have the data to come to YouTube, but the more numbers you have, the higher the person, because it's all about percentages. If you have 1,000 friends on Facebook and 10% of them follow you, that's 100 people, no? And if you have 50,000 followers on Facebook and 10%, the same 10% of them follow you to Facebook, how many is that? Is it all 5,000? They will follow you. So the more the merrier. Even all these popular names you hear on YouTube now, like David Dobrik, these were Vine guys. They were on Vine, on another platform. They had millions of followers on Vine, and when Vine was about to shut down, they just announced that they're moving to YouTube, and all those people followed them to YouTube. That's why the moment they create their channel, they have 1 million followers or 1 million subscribers, and you'll be wondering, oh, I'm not lucky, I'm not growing, I'm not. This is the trick. It's not hidden. You have to bring a crowd from somewhere. You have to contribute something for free to the internet before you get the following that you need. Even if people don't follow you to YouTube, that crowd you have on Facebook, when you share your videos there, some people will watch it there and not even come to YouTube. But at least your videos are getting views. The information you have to share is getting views. What I'm trying to say is you need a crowd before you start. You need some kind of traction. You need to gain traction. You need to contribute something to the internet before you can reap from it. You can't just crawl out from your hole, create a video and start going from one DM to the other, telling people to share your videos for you. Have you ever contributed anything to the person's platform and you want the person to... Do you know the queue of people that are even the person that is seeing on their platform that they have not shared their content because there's a long queue? And then you come from nowhere and you want the person to share it. If they don't, you hate them. And that's the worst way to start a YouTube channel, with hatred, with bitterness. Then, once you've done all of the above, you have your base crowd waiting. Okay, I looked at the time and this video is already too long. And looking at all the questions I've not answered, there's no way I can finish this Q&A in one video. I'll have to upload another part and another part, as many parts as necessary, to make sure I get to everyone's question, okay? If you sent in multiple questions and I did not answer all your questions in this video, I'll still answer them. I grouped the questions by category for easy flow. So not to worry, I'll answer them all, as long as the question is about YouTube journey. I got some questions about the equipment I use. I've not answered any of that, and many more. Click the like button though, because I'm sure you learned something new from this video. A lot of people asked what motivates me. Clicking the like button is one of my motivations. Like, so you can ginger my swagger and motivate me to upload the next part sharp. Editing this type of video is not easy at all, with all the b-rolls, all the screen grabs. Oh, madre mia. Bye bye, see you soon.